7 defensive players have knocked Germany out of the Euros. 1966 was the last time we managed that. I mean, that's amazing, right? No. Well, yes, it kind of is, but no, it's really not. 7 defensive players against possibly the worst German side we've played since 1966. That was 70 minutes of hell. As much as I loved, and I am happy about the result, don't get me wrong, as much as I loved beating the Germans, 7 defensive players? Really? I mean, our bench was stacked. I mean, what other country is not going to be playing Grealish, Rashford, Mount, Foden, and Sancho? I mean, all of them? Yeah, difficult to get in the team. But really? Surely we can make this easier on ourselves. Just a little bit easier on ourselves by having an extra attacker or playing a formation that allows us to have a bit more free-flowing football. The strategy cannot be to have 70 minutes of doing nothing and hoping the opposition don't score. Because even with 7 defensive players on the pitch, Germany had chances. Germany should have done a lot better with their chances. We could have been 2-0 down. We could have been fighting to try and get back in this game with only 3 attackers on the field. And that would have been a nightmare. So why the hell are we doing it? I mean, I shouldn't criticise because we won and because it was great. But it really wasn't great. We're riding our luck big time. And I feel in the next 2 games, if we get past Ukraine, we really have to up our attacking game. It's not good enough. Ukraine looked broken by the end of that match. Like, if we don't go full steam ahead, play more attackers and smash them to pieces, it will be awful. It really will. I cannot see us not beating them. I mean, did they have any players left? I mean, I'm guessing you all saw the match as well. They were broken. We got to go there and attack. We have to go and destroy them. And then, on paper, and I say that gingerly after the last week of knockouts, which on paper meant nothing, we should beat the next team and we should get to the final. And then if we play ultra defensive in the final, well, I feel that would be a terrible move again. Now, yes, we did get the result. We had some good performances. I thought Saka played well. I thought he was very unlucky to be taken off. I thought Shaw was fantastic. When he did get forward, most of the time, he just didn't do a lot like the rest of the team. He couldn't do a lot, I should say. I thought Pickford was fantastic. He kept us in the game. He's been our best player throughout the tournament. He shouldn't be our best player throughout the tournament because we should have the ball more and we should attack more and we should score more goals. But we don't do that, and it's relied on Pickford making the right decisions and stopping the opposition from going ahead. And it's been like that in every single game. Sterling. Let's get on to Sterling. Yes, he got a goal. That's 3 goals for the tournament. He made that goal by driving through and passing it off to Kane. And, credit to him for that. But how many times did he get the ball, stop the ball, attempt to take someone on and lose the ball? Or attempt to pass when the passing lane had then vanished? It drives me up the wall. His decision making is god-awful. It really is. There were at least 2 occasions where he should have passed out wide, came inside to where all the defenders were, lost the ball. On that shot he had, which was a good save by Neuer, there were 2 better options. He could have slipped Kane in on a good run, angled run that he did. He could have put Shaw in before that, which is what I feel he should have done. Down the left, cross the ball, maybe an attempt on goal. maybe a better attempt, I should say, on goal than his ranged shot, which, let's face it, he's not famed for scoring ranged shots, is he? Most of the time, over the bar. This time, lucky. So I saw his rating was a 9. I mean, yeah, if scoring a tap-in gives you a 9 rating, then fair enough. He didn't do anywhere near enough for me in any game to get that. He just dawdles and makes wrong decisions consistently, and one of his decisions could have easily made it 1-1 very quickly after we scored, and for some reason Muller put it wide. I mean, that's riding your luck right there. So our strategy does seem to be 70 minutes ride your luck and then bring on Grealish to change the game. How much more has Grealish got to do to prove he should be starting every game? Every game. I'm sick of it. He's so good. Like, he really is. Defenders do not have a clue what to do with him. They get near him, he goes down, he gets a free kick. They don't go near him and they give him time, he picks out a cross or a pass and he makes the right decision over and over again. He even said so in his interview after the match when he was put through. He thought left-footed shot, but he saw Kane in the box. What a decision that was. Split-second decision, decides to put it on Kane's head. Goal. Easier goal than him shooting there. Would Sterling have done that? Doubtful he would have shot it, in my opinion, because that's what he does. We've seen it before. Decision making is the best skill in football. Shaw was doing it fantastically. Grealish, he had 2 opportunities to make the right decision, made them both times. So why isn't he on the field? Now, I could understand the Mount not being on the field. I could. He hadn't trained with the team all week. That one made sense to me. But really, again, Rice and Phillips, how many more times we've got to put up with this? I mean, yes, they marshalled the midfield really well, but they were both on a yellow card at half-time. And the Germans didn't put them under anywhere near enough pressure. And if they had, and they had to make that decision to make the tackle, maybe a red card, you know, it could have been, I mean, it really could have been Germany's day. And for some reason, they weren't clinical, which is very un-German-like. For some reason, maybe it was just written in the stars at Wembley with that 40,000 crowd, which sounded like 90,000. They were fantastic. For some reason, we managed to pull this off. Maybe it is just written in the stars that we can bring it home. But I'm not seeing it on the pitch right now. I'm seeing an incredibly boring tactics, and I'm worried it's going to bite us big time, probably in the final. I don't want it to happen, no one wants it to happen, but I can't get over these negative tactics, not with the talent we have. If we didn't have the talent, that would be a different matter, but we do have the talent, so why the bloody hell aren't we using them? I mean, there are so many countries out there which are screaming for the bench that we had. You know, just one of those players on their teams would help. Oh, it's madness. I don't know how many more 70 minutes I can go through watching England do that. It's just, why are we torturing ourselves? As a fan, it's not good for your health to watch England. It just isn't. But we are through. We have knocked the Germans out, and the teams ahead of us now, we can beat them. I mean, we should beat them, and it should be coming home. Depends who we get in the final. I pray it's not Spain. I feel they have got their groove. I thought against Slovakia it was mainly the Slovakian defence that gave them all those goals, but against Croatia, they made goals. They kept the ball for the whole bloody game. I mean, that in itself is... how are you going to win games without the ball? So there's that. Italy, they lost a bit. They could come back. I feel they will come back. Belgium, I thought, were awful. Portugal should have won that game. Belgium were doing the same thing England were. They were sat back, they were defensive, they barely did anything the whole game. They scored a wonder goal. And then, even their counter-attacking in the last 10 minutes was terrible. It should have been so much better. But you can't rely on a wonder goal every single game. Or the opposition not scoring. Because Portugal should have scored. I mean, for some reason, they weren't clinical. Maybe France, Germany and Portugal all having to play each other just, knock them down a peg. 3 great teams all going at each other in the group stage, desperate for that first or second place. And they just, their energy levels weren't there. Maybe that's why. It just seems odd to me that France, Germany and Portugal are now all out of the competition. So maybe that's the reason. Who knows? Anyway, we're through. Let's hope we can get to the final. And let's hope that we play some attacking football before the end of this tournament and before we regret it.